Where should I sit down where it won't be wet?
Do you need a towel?
Ew, that's gross. Oh.
Here, I brought this out. It's dried.
Okay.
Well, actually, put it on the chair.
What about this red pillow?
Take it off.
Hello. This is what we are dealing with this fine Sunday afternoon. Oh, are they leaving? Everyone's okay. Mercy's doing all right. Christy's doing okay. Firefighters are doing okay. Well, what happened is, did I try to fit? Why is people talking about fixing my car? What does that have to do with anything? We got Annabelle wanted to blow some leaves in the backyard, help clear out the garden. She plugged the leaf blower in, and the power went out.
Not right at the same time, though.
Am I telling the story bad? Is there
you're
anyone
telling the
here?
story bad. It was like 10 or 15 minutes later when that happened. So we don't know if that was related or just like coincidence.
Let me make sure. I don't know. Let me see what's happening here. My live
Something's wrong with YouTube.
is my live stream coming up?
No, the last thing on here is from the owl.
No notifications. Looks like we didn't get any notifications sent out. That's not good.
Oh yeah, here. Well, I don't know.
Is it working? We'll go with it. So yeah, some sort of electrical something happened. Got some smoke, some electrical burning smell. Ended up calling the fire department. They have come. Oh, it looks like our neighbors might be terrified right there. They came. They searched our house. No fire, so that's good. I was scared my house was going to burn down. So fortunately that does not look like it's in the cards. There's like 6 fire trucks here. You can only see that one. So now, yeah, there was like 10 firefighters walking around my house with like axes and ghost detectors. You okay, Maggie? Yeah, we're all right. But, you know, the few seconds that you think, oh gosh, is my house going to burn down? Ooh, the electrician's here already. That's awesome. Just out of curiosity, did anyone here get a notification? Yeah, what happened is power went off in part of our house. I went and flipped the breaker. It flipped itself back. I flipped it again. Then it flipped off again, and the house got smoky and started smelling like an electrical fire. So we called the fire department. And Annabelle was so embarrassed that the fire department was coming up because they bring like 6 fire trucks with their lights. We can hear it coming miles away. So what's the news, Christy?
Don't film me.
Christy doesn't want to be filmed walking up the steps. I just had a whiff again of that yucky smoke smell.
Yeah, so the electrician's here, and the fire department went and showed them where it was at, so we don't have to be anywhere near it. The town was here. The town said it's not coming from them, which we already kind of knew.
It's never coming from them.
The town, it's the same, like, I think it's like the same dudes that pump the sewer and get mad at us for like...
Yeah, get this. Like, I'm not complaining, but we have this ongoing problem where the sewer thing at the end of our road will just start spewing out sewage, and we'll call the town, and we'll be right over, and then they come, they clean it up, they presumably do something to it, and then they leave without talking to us. And we're like, is it fixed?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
never know.
And then it'll happen again 3-4 months later. So I don't
know what's going on. I'll tell you though that these people are incredible. They came.
Oh yeah.
3 trucks.
Thumbs up to firefighters.
Yeah, and this is all during. They were supposed to be at a hero's funeral today. This was Riley Howell. If you guys have been watching the news, he's local to Waynesville, and he's the person that stopped the shooter at UNC Charlotte. And everybody in the town knows the family, and like he's getting a hero burial, and the fire department was there, so
he's getting a full military burial.
Really sweet that they came and checked it out and didn't tell us we were idiots.
No, they were very helpful.
They were very helpful, and they were all like, definitely should have called us because you smelled smoke and didn't know where it was coming from. So.
Yeah, the first thing, there's like the fire department showed up, and then a police officer showed up, and Chrissy runs up to the police officer and said, "I'm so sorry for calling," which is like,
don't be. Well, I know how it is being on call. It's a pain. Like, you get, but it's always good when you do get out there and there is no actual. But they wouldn't let us turn the power back on, so they're not like it's not an emergency. They're just like, you need somebody here right now.
Yeah, they said keep the power off until an electrician clears it.
Yeah. So I need to put on some shoes and go tell our neighbors what's going on because they've been circling like sharks.
Which neighbors? Those neighbors?
There's like a street of people down there.
Okay, make an announcement on why we have 12 fire trucks parked in front of our house. Oh. Who's rocking in the chair in the house? Oh, that's Grandpa's in there. So yeah, I definitely want to get our power on before the food in our refrigerator rots and before Game of Thrones comes on. Nice day for a live stream. Yeah, I think it is. I think he probably is going to go look at the breaker box first and. Look at that. You can't see because of the trees, but there's literally like half a dozen fire trucks here, if not more. At least half a dozen. Probably more. Thank you, Active Dreamer. How are you doing, Madge? All the cats are super freaked. We got all the cats out of the house, and they just spent the entire time trying to get back in. Yeah, for anyone just joining, basically, in short, there was something issue. The breaker box kept flipping, and then it flipped off again. I went downstairs, and there was a strong burning electrical smell and smoke. So I told Christy, call the fire department, and she's like, but what if it's nothing? What if it's nothing? I don't want to be embarrassed. Well, thank you, Justin M. Coster. Bad switch in the breaker box? Maybe. Is that something that's expensive? Yeah, now I'm at the point, now that I know that we're at least safe, now I start worrying about how much things cost. Oh, yeah, it was definitely... We even asked... Christy's even, like, asking the fire department if it was right for us to call them, and they're like, yes! But yeah, there's a ton of them. There's probably, like, 10 firefighters going around the house. And I'll tell you what, you know, some of my paranormal friends have, like, the cameras that can pick up heat. They have these awesome heat cameras. He pointed it across the room, like probably 20 feet away from the coffee pot, and he could tell me that the coffee pot was exactly 93 degrees, and it was like a perfectly clear picture. Like you could see, like every detail of the room. My ghost hunting friends need to get them some of those. I looked them up already. $1,400. Yes, exactly. Better to be embarrassed than to have your house burned down. Thank you, Susie Conrad. Frankenhole, I agree. If you think you should call 911, you probably should. Well, thank you, Eric Alpha. And Terry Ensley says, had to replace a whole breaker box panel a few years back, cost less than $200. I could probably deal with that. Oh. Thank you, Frank Carey. This is too much excitement for me. I'm trying to relax here at home. Ooh. Thank you, Tom Clock. I've been trying to relax. I will be doing some videos in the next week or so. Local videos. But Saturday is the day. In Hanover, Indiana, May 11th, they're going to have a wrestling event. And I will be making my one-on-one pro wrestling debut. I say one-on-one because I have been involved. I have been officially involved in 2 separate matches. How long is the show going to be, Hoosier Boo? Just kind of as like a rule of thumb, wrestling shows usually are about 2 hours. Waiting for me to wrestle The Rock. That's probably not going to happen. John, you need to get one of these firefighter heat detectors. They're the coolest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, we thought we had an electrical fire. It looks like we did. It looks like there is no fire. The firefighters went all through the house with their heat detectors and could not find any rise levels of heat. They could not find any burn marks. So that's good, but there is a problem still because obviously something happened. So we got an electrician here trying to get to the bottom of that. OTC wants to know if I was live streaming with Adam. I don't know. Adam doesn't like live streaming all that often. I think he does when the mood suits his fancy, but you know, he doesn't do a lot of live streams. Has our electric been replaced since the house was built? I think the house was built 1960s, I think. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of a ranch style house. Department 18 in Houston at CEC headquarters. Thank you, Shaquina. I think I will. I think this match will be in the bag. You know, I don't want to get too confident, but I think I've learned what it takes. Chuck E. Cheese headquarters. Do they give tours? I've been to the real one though. I've been to the Rock-A-Fire. Any news?
No. No, don't show me one.
Krisha doesn't want to be shown. Why don't you want to be shown?
I'm wearing shorts.
She doesn't want to be shown because she's very self-conscious about her knees, and she's wearing shorts.
And I look like a homeless person right now.
Well, you know, we were in the middle of a potential house fire.
So yeah, the electrician was up there just like sniffing vents and said it smelled like a vent. And I'm like,
A vent?
really? Probably. I mean, pretty sure the the fire department cleared all that. We just need to. But you know, he's like running a test.
He's got a machine that'll tell him what's going on, right?
I don't know.
He had a machine, didn't he?
I don't know.
It wasn't. Did he have anything in his hands?
He said he's an electrician.
Where did you find the number for this?
Found him on Craigslist. I'm just kidding. I didn't. I found him on a Google search. He has a website.
Our AC burned out? I don't know. Hey, thank you, MJ Bazanco. Thank you for the super chat. You know what? None of our smoke detectors went off.
That's because it didn't smoke up the house upstairs. That's why I told you we need one downstairs.
There is one downstairs. I'm surprised it didn't go off.
No, I think they have to be like.
Thank you again, MJ Bazanco. So it wasn't. Oh, fire trucks are leaving. The last house we lived in was crazy. The electricity is doing. Electricity in the old house actually had in the attic. The electricity had nylon, like the old style, like nylon cords that are about that thick, and they had porcelain grounders. It was very, very old school. How much asbestos is inside? I don't know if there's any asbestos in here. Do I have any more paranormal videos? You know, I don't specialize in paranormal. That's not saying I won't dabble in it. Actually, I have a video that dabbles in the paranormal that I think people may not like. Thank you, Bearded Dream. Thank you for the super chat.
If you need anything, we're here. Thank you. And you sure are welcome to sit.
All right.
I know you want to. It's
Everyone's doing fine. I was a little stressed out. I couldn't find all the cats. Because some of the cats will like hide. Jesus Castellanos. I hope I said that right. It says, take the money. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. No, we didn't. Anyone knew we didn't have a fire. We had some sort of electrical event. There was something, a short, I think is how they described it, but it caused smoke and it caused
Dad, you're interrupting
smell.
my phone call.
I'm interrupting your phone call.
Yes.
Get off the phone. Hey, where's my charger?
In the car.
Yeah, I couldn't find Scarlet, but Scarlet is bad to hide when anything's weird. What is Department 18 and what does that have to do with Chuck E. Cheese? Hang on just a second. I think the electrician might need to talk to someone. Hey.
Hey.
I'm Jacob. I think you talked with my wife earlier.
Yeah. Hey, Jake.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what's any news?
Well, I can really definitely smell it, and I smell it in the ducks.
Yeah.
Um, without having everybody here, we can't really find, because we're going to have to take a lot of stuff apart.
Okay.
I mean, is there somewhere y'all can stay tonight?
No.
That's what I'm thinking. I would feel comfortable turning the power back on. Cause it's definitely a.
None of the smoke alarms go off or anything?
No.
I'm sure they work. They're hardwired in there. So.
Yeah, they're hardwired in. There's 2 of them, and nothing went off, and we smell it pretty strong.
So what do you say needs to be done?
Well, I've got to have all my guys here. I don't feel comfortable leaving the power on and even looking for it. I left that one breaker off.
Okay.
Do you know which one it is that was off?
Yeah. It was that second box. It was. Yeah, I can show you.
In the big box.
Yeah. It was this one right here.
The one that's off?
Yeah. Yes, these are off too.
Yeah. I turned the big ones off.
Okay.
I turned those off. Just trying to turn the AC off. Because I think your ducts pull the air through. But it's an awful big coincidence since that receptacle was tripping. Since that breaker was tripping.
Yeah, first I came down here when it tripped. I tripped it as I was walking away. Like I got about here and it tripped back. So I came back, tripped it again.
Was she still running the blower at the time?
No. But then I went upstairs and then the lights went off again and I came down and that's when there's the smoke and the smell.
The smoke was down here?
Yeah, and you could smell it upstairs, but I mean, it was hazy. I could mostly see just like smoke around like the light bulbs.
Okay.
But
Hazy around light bulbs. I wondered if it might have pulled it through your vents and blown it out. Because I can really, really smell it.
yeah, I can too.
And how long after did that breaker trip did you smell it?
Well, I smelled it first. I went back upstairs and came back down. So I flipped it twice while I was down here, and then when it flipped again, I came down here, and that's when I smelled it.
Okay, so it should be directly related to that breaker.
But from what the firefighter said, they tested everything for heat and burn marks, and they could not find anything.
Yeah, they didn't find anything that for heat. So if that tripped, we need to go through all of those things that aren't working right now and see. We're just gonna have to hunt and peck. What we'll have to do.
But and then the lights that went off were like in the kitchen and in that front living room with a big window.
Okay. Let's take a look at that. Because I really smell it strong here.
Yeah, this is where I smelled it. And then it started. It like started to like come upstairs where you could smell it like rising up there.
Anything down here? Because I didn't smell it here.
No, it was more in the back, and maybe I guess maybe just the smell was coming up through the vents. Seems I don't really smell it up here anymore, but you definitely could smell it.
So these.
Lights went off. So yeah, I guess it's these, the string of lights right here, and in this room right here. And then it was this plug. My daughter plugged a leaf blower into that plug right there before all the shorting happened.
Okay.
Those seem to be working.
That's all. And these lights aren't working here except for these.
I'm guessing. Refrigerator's working.
This light here's working.
No, yeah, I should control those. And I know the TV went out. And then, yeah, that's not working.
Oh, that other one's working. That fan, I think,
No, I don't think he had.
ain't working anyway.
No. Yeah, I get confused what those do. I think they're
I was looking to see if
different outside lights out here. Yeah, one turns on that far one.
Did it
on
come
there. Hang on, I can check. No, it doesn't look like that one's coming on. No, that one looks like it's out.
So what is the refrigerator working?
Refrigerator's actually working somehow, but the lights in the kitchen are not.
Well, I'm gonna.
Yeah, that breaker's still on.
What's that?
Stand up freezer, see if it's working.
Yeah, stand-up freezer's working. I think.
Anybody in these rooms back here?
Hang on.
We'll just walk out somebody.
He needs to come in here and check.
Okay. I was like laying down.
I'm just coming in here to smell.
Oh,
Remember, the fire department and all that?
Yeah, it smells like booty in here because
I don't smell it in here.
no, I smell it.
You
No,
smell the
like-
burn?
Yeah, the burning.
I can't smell it. I can still smell it in the basement, but I can't smell it up here.
You probably smell it coming from the How about these other rooms? Can we go in those?
I don't think there are lights in there. It's a closet.
About these ones?
Yeah, you can open the door. So it's slightly in there. It's the bathroom.
That's pretty strong right there. Unless it's in the attic. Yeah, it could be coming through there.
The attic, the access to the attic was in her closet here. Gee, I don't even know how I wish I could get up there, but
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my skinny help. Does this work? There's switching in there.
don't over here.
Yeah, I don't really smell it in there. I bet it's going to this. It's gotta be. Where's your return? Central.
Is this return right here?
Yeah, that would be return. Are you the one that caused all this mischief?
Me?
She started the leaf blower,
Were you the
so.
one with the leaf blower?
Yes.
Now, when you mopped, did you happen to get any floor receptacles wet or anything?
No. I don't think I did.
No, there's this one that's plugged in.
Go in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't smell it all in here.
And this is an addition, so it actually has a separate,
Service.
for the heating, yeah, the heating and cooling is separate in this room.
I don't smell it in here. That's odd that the smoke detectors didn't cut off.
Yeah.
Let's see. Attic over here. You smell it pretty good in the bathroom. This will work for something in the attic. Smell it in there?
I do, but I wonder if that's just because it's a smaller room, a vent in it.
Where's that room where you over here, where the leaf blower's plugged in? Was it plugged in from the inside or the outside? Inside.
It should be nice to like cut a piece of wood.
Yeah, it's that one, there's a. Looks like that one is still working. Yeah.
There's nothing out there.
Yeah, I can still smell it strong.
I do too. What's running over here?
What's that? It's part of the heating system.
I smell it really strong right here. Smell it right here.
Yeah. We'd be under that front room.
Would be under the front room.
Yeah.
So where's that floor receptacle to here?
Which one?
That floor receptacle's in the living room.
The one, the one that you plug the blower to, or?
No, the floor receptacle, one's in the floor.
Oh. Oh yeah, I got a good whiff of it right there. Trying to think. I mean, this would be the living room area.
What was that where we were?
That would be the front living room.
Where the man's sitting in the chair?
Yeah, and then the kitchen right here, and then the living room. Well, I think there's be the bedrooms over here, and then I guess the living room more.
So this stairwell goes up that way.
Yeah.
Living room would be over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Stairwell goes up that way, then turns back to in front of our bedroom, which the bedroom is over top this room. See where Christy's hiding.
Right here.
He seems to be doing a lot of digging around. He's kind of like walking around in circles. Like maybe it's coming from the attic. Maybe it's.
Really?
Yeah. Did you want to go babysit him or?
Worried about that. They said that was normal. The town guys did.
What?
That he's looking all over for it because he has to find the source.
Well, he seems to be unable to find the source. Although, to me, in my estimation, that fuse is 100% the source.
Well, yes, but like they can't. Like, was there damage to anything? He has to know that, you know?
Okay.
Like if there was a wire that melted. And, you know, the fire company or the fire people wouldn't necessarily know. They just only are checking to see if there's hot spots now.
Yeah.
So. What did he say? Or she?
People are saying he's wasting time.
Maybe. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, we do. We have two because there was an addition, guys.
Yeah, my dad's house burned down when he was a kid. That's true.
Yeah.
And they said in the paper he was a hero.
Uh-huh.
It was the peak of his life.
That's good. Yeah,
Until I came along and ruined his life.
yeah, we know everybody. We're gonna be begging under the freeway. It's gonna be rough.
I just don't want my house to burn down. That's my main concern.
Well, my main concern is how we gonna pay for this.
Dad-
Hey, Casey.
Dad peaked at 10.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
sorry, Paul. I mean, that was a good time.
Do you disagree? I mean, Dad, do you think you had another peak in your life? Maybe there was two
Didn't
peaks.
he save like that person out of the water once?
Yes, my dad saved a little girl's life in front of my eyes, and he was in his 30s?
Yeah. I don't know. But I do know he made you. That was another good thing he did. That was pretty good.
I don't know. My dad always told me, never have kids; they'll ruin your life. I could read
Was he
him.
wrong?
I could read him between the lines.
Was he wrong?
It's the wild experimental stream. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm doing. Insurance. Yeah, I don't know if our homeowners insurance will cover this or not.
Yeah, I don't know either. And plus, there's a deductible, so that really depends on if it's more than that or what.
David Bird says, sounds like my dad was a incredible person. He's still alive. We don't have to refer to him as past tense.
No, he's in the live stream right now, guys.
He's in the live stream.
He's Paul. Yeah. Hey, y'all.
So yes, he's done at least 2 heroic acts in his life. 3 if you count creating me.
You're his lone subscriber.
Thank you for the super chat, Jeff Kincannon. I wanted to thank you. I didn't have a chance to.
Aw.
I just didn't want to kill the live stream. I mean, the electrician needed to talk to me. I didn't want to kill the live stream. Why do you always carry a toothpick in your wallet? In case you get something stuck in your teeth.
I mean, that makes sense.
Christy carries dental floss in her purse.
Yes, I do. And I floss like 5 times a day because I'm obsessed with it. How much money will you need? I don't know.
Who knows?
We're not going to worry about it because it has to be done, you know?
Yeah, it's
like-
non-optional.
Yeah. It's like if it was,
So the city guys are waiting here until...
yeah, the city guys are trying to get the okay from the electrician to not turn the power off.
I don't want them to turn the power off.
DDP yoga. Hey, you know what? I've got the DDP yoga. I just saw that. Oh, there it went. There it went the refrigerator.
Why'd all the lights just go off?
He obviously turned them off.
He didn't tell the city to do that, did he?
I hope not. Dang, it's quiet in here. Oh, wait, there's one that's on because the stove light's on.
Why is the stove light on? That's weird.
Probably on a different breaker.
Francis says that the electrician's ripping us off.
We don't know that yet.
I
think he needs to do his job.
He's an
and we'll figure it
expert.
out.
I'm not, so I'm not going to sit down there and question his methods. I mean,
Like, and he has a electrician's truck and all that.
did he?
Mm-hmm. He had to park down the street behind the fire department. So
Did it have a name on it?
it has a name, but I don't know what it says.
How did we find him on a Sunday? I don't know. Christy won't tell me.
I googled it. And I found him.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, I just can't pinpoint it. I'm gonna have to bring my guys back
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay.
So I turned all the power off. Everything's turned off.
Okay.
Y'all be okay tonight without power?
I mean, it sucks because of the fridge, but what do
Well,
we do?
If you don't open it, it should be fine.
Okay.
The thing is I think what's happened is the air conditioner's pulled it throughout the house.
Okay.
So you can really smell it in the bathrooms,
Mm-hmm.
and you can really smell it in the vents,
Yeah.
which makes me wonder. And that breaker tripping, and then reset and re-tripping, and then did it trip again after that?
3 times. Yeah. It tripped. I reset it. It popped before I even left the room. I did it again. Went upstairs. Then it popped again. It came down, and that's when I smelled the smoke.
Okay. So I'm wondering, since I can smell it real strong in the bathrooms, I wonder if it's not in the attic. Because in the bathrooms, you got your vents, you got those gaps around your vents that go up into the attic, and there's not any. I don't know where else. Was the house closed up? All the windows closed, air conditioning on?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's one window open in our bedroom in the bathroom. And there's that window over by the sink is always open too. So,
That one's already open, always
Yeah.
open.
yeah, so there's a couple, but mostly it's closed. There's access to the attic and her room.
Yeah, we saw that, but I gotta get my skinny dip over there.
I know the feeling.
So,
So,
and I was looking for this receptacle here. I don't think. Let's see. That goes down that way and then goes over there. This is the unfinished part, correct?
yes, it should be.
This is the unfinished part. And I was looking for this receptacle here. Sometimes if these get water in them, they'll
Yeah.
short out. Not necessarily, it's,
Yeah.
but I have seen them short out, but not smell like that. Something else that troubles me is your smoke detectors didn't go off.
Yeah.
So, that's, did they check carbon monoxide in here? The
I
firemen?
don't know.
Okay. I know they were checking for heat. And I also wonder if, I couldn't smell it outside. I didn't smell it outside anywhere, and I don't smell it. Was this heater plugged in at the time?
It was, but it doesn't even work. So, it hasn't been working for months.
It was plugged in today though?
Yeah.
Heater.
I unplugged it.
These heaters are the world's worst electricity. What they do is plug it in, leave them in for a long time, it'll melt the wire.
You can take that out now, it's getting warm enough where if I get cold in here, I go outside and warm up.
Sure, absolutely. Alright, so the heater is there any more heaters plugged in anywhere?
We don't have any other ones.
Was that heater running?
Oh, well, there is one downstairs under the desk, come to think of it. But it's not.
don't smell
on. I
anything
mean, it's
downstairs.
plugged in, but
Those heaters, when they're plugged in 24/7, especially those little ones, little cheap heaters, they'll melt the wires back into the wall.
oh, okay.
We do that all winter. All winter long, we do the same thing. Especially those Amish heaters, you know, the infrared.
Yeah.
People plug those in, they're cheap heat, and the wires can't handle it. And it looked like you had a bunch of 14 gauge wire in here instead of 12. I saw some 12. It looks like the whole house has about been rewired.
That's a good sign, right?
It is a good sign. It is a good sign. Because it's all new wire down there, which made me wonder, why would they wire something from the 60s? Or the late 60s?
Yeah.
Why would they rewire it? So,
That is, well, they built an addition in 2000. Our bedroom is an addition, and they've had to put obviously a second panel to run that. Like, there's a separate AC unit and heat unit for that.
well, is this a good number to call you at?
Yeah,
Are
absolutely.
you working tomorrow?
I am, but I won't be working during the day. I work evening.
Okay.
So if you want to give me a call back, then
I'll give you a call in the morning to see what time we can get out here.
okay.
Now tell me your name.
Christie, Kristie.
All right. Last name?
KREJCI.
KREJCI.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like the hockey player.
Chris Check?
Cretchy.
Gretchy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, so hopefully.
I'll tell you something you can do, but why is the stove still on?
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing because it's
Is there another panel somewhere?
not that I'm aware of. Do you think maybe it just keeps the light on, or
No.
I've never noticed that before?
It should be on. Unless the panel, is there a panel, is the meter base out here?
The meter base is out on the other end of the house over here. So you can go out that patio door there, and then go around the house, and on the corner you'll see the meter. Yeah.
Let me check and see if I've got all the breakers turned off, because that shouldn't be on.
I don't know if we have a carbon monoxide detector, Jake.
I think that is a carbon monoxide detector.
Thinking is not the same as knowing.
Well, where would carbon monoxide be coming from?
Smoke. Anytime you got like smoke in the house.
It is always on the weekend.
It is, Jeff. Of course. At least it wasn't a holiday this time.
I don't understand what's wrong with having the power on.
Well, if it continues to burn, that would be a problem. That's what I think everybody's concerned about. Nobody, probably everybody thinks it's pretty much safe, but you don't want to put your whole job on the line.
I'd say, is the city going to turn their power off?
I don't know.
I say, as long as we leave that one breaker off, it should be fine.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, he's saying he thinks it's in the attic, but the smell was clearly in the basement. Sorry, guess I'm getting a little frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any electricians in the chat?
Isn't Tony an electrician?
Tony.
Your friend?
No, he's installs heating and air.
Okay. Just use an extension cord. Totally safe. Plug a heater in it. What the heck?
Go to a hotel tonight. You understand when we have a
94-year-old man.
94-year-old man, yeah.
Yeah. And if the power's off, you know.
Beer dream, replace a breaker that tripped. Yeah, I don't understand. That's why that's not just what's happening. I'm a little mystified by that. But I don't it's not like I know anything about electricity, so I can't ask him. I don't know.
Yeah, you can. You can straight up ask him why not just replace the breaker that we know is causing the problem. Because I think his thinking is it's more than just the breaker. Like, the smell may have come from the wiring somewhere. And the wiring doesn't just go from the breaker, it goes through the whole house.
It's not. Do you really think it's coming from the attic, Christy?
I don't know. Are there wires up there? It's possible.
Did you go down to the basement and smell what it smelled like? And then come
Yes.
upstairs and smell it slowly coming up the stairs?
I did. But he wasn't here when all that happened, so
Well, I tried to explain it to my best.
I'm sure a lot of people try explaining things to people, and then they find out that they don't know what they're talking about. So he's just doing his job, trying to eliminate. What is wrong? That's all.
Yeah, why can't we just replace the one breaker? Will you ask him?
Oh well.
Doesn't he have a current meter? He has something.
Hey.
Hey, a lot of that stuff is plugged in over here on the end. This is plugged in on that very end back there.
Okay.
So everything's shut off.
So I have a question. Like, this is probably just a dumb blonde question, but like, why not just replace the breaker that we know flipped?
Because the breaker is your safety device. It's not the problem.
Okay. It's just a symptom of the problem.
It's the safety of the problem.
Okay.
It tripped. He turned it on. It flipped because something dead shorted or something overloaded.
Okay.
And a lot of times water would cause an overload. So with that room right there being out and that being the one that tripped, for sure that's the one that's tripped, then that's your safety.
Okay.
It doesn't have anything to do with the breaker.
Okay.
It's more of in here somewhere there's a hot wire that's melted or something's happened. It didn't turn the power off when she was.
It didn't, and it was like 10 or 15 minutes later. So I mean, it may not have had anything to do with it.
That's what I'm wondering. If the coincidences what really threw you off. Somewhere there's a wire touching another wire,
Okay.
and it didn't trip before you smelled smoke. I mean, it didn't trip before you smelled smoke. In other words, you smelled smoke and it wasn't off.
No, it tripped.
It did
tripped
trip?
3 times before he smelled smoke.
Okay. So it could be a bad connection somewhere. Because sometimes what will happen, you'll have your neutrals and everything. Neutrals carry your power back to the power company. If that gets overloaded or that has a weak connection, then a weak connection will lower the voltage and increase the amperage. The amperage is what the number that you see on the breaker.
Okay.
So if the amperage goes up, then it'll trip it. Because for the dead short, it usually just goes pow, pow, pow each time.
So if I'm putting it together, basically there's some bad wiring connected to that breaker.
Somewhere. Yes, there's bad wiring somewhere.
And it could be that thing in there melted. It could be that maybe we got water in this outlet while she was mopping, or it could be 100 different things.
That would be the fault. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But it could be, could be anything. When we find it, we should be able to say, yeah, this is it. Because it'll be melted, or something will be blown up, or there'll be smoke, or something like that.
Right. That's why you're thinking maybe attic, because you've looked everywhere else. Right?
Yeah, we've looked. What we've got to start doing is taking all the receptacles and things out.
Okay.
And then I want to turn it on again while my guys are. I have somebody in the attic, and I have somebody over here, I have somebody over there. Turn it on, and usually you hear a pop on there.
Is this something that like our insurance might help us with, or do you know anything about that?
I would call your agent.
Okay.
I know. Here's the thing. if your house floods, they
Right.
will repair your house, but they will not fix what caused the flood.
Right.
If you have a wire
seems
that's
dumb.
bad and you got a fire, so I'd say probably not.
So it would have to actually burn our house down
You
before.
have to burn your house down.
And then we can get a new
Yeah.
house,
That's
but they're not
wonderful.
gonna fix that.
Yeah, they're not
So-
gonna fix that.
Okay, and then like, so are we talking like? Can you brace us for what we're talking here, price wise, like thousands?
I know you can't tell us for sure, but
I
just
can't tell you
ballpark
for
it.
Sure. I mean, if we're here a day, it's 1,000. If I get my guys dispersed out, because it's not gonna be material. I mean, it's gonna be trivial material. It
Yeah.
won't be time. If I get my guys spread out, and even y'all, if y'all want to be here
Yeah, yeah.
and turn it on, you hear something go, pa,
Mm-hmm.
then you can say, oh, must be there.
Okay.
That's gonna save us a lot of time.
Okay.
So me hunting and pecking around is it's a needle in a haystack.
It is. I
You know,
understand
it's a
that.
needle in a haystack, and I hate to be vague about what it is.
No,
um,
you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. You've got to do more investigation or whatever.
We've got to get in and
You're
really,
the expert.
really look at it. But like I say, I don't feel comfortable turning it on with just me here.
Yeah.
You know, because I'd rather have my guys here because they know the signs and symptoms of,
Yeah.
and they know the smell. But the smell is kind of odd. It doesn't really smell like. It almost smells like wood burning.
Yeah.
Like wood burning. I did a house in Canton that smelled like that. It smelled like burned butter beans.
Yeah.
What it smelled like to me. Burned wire has another awful smell. It almost smells like a skunk. I mean, it really stinks.
It smells chemically to me. Like,
Well, I smelled the lemon, and I thought
Yeah.
I smelled cinnamon downstairs.
probably did.
But I kept smelling that, but I smelled the smoke, and the smoke burns my nose. I've got a really good sniffer. So tomorrow, let the house air out, and that way we can concentrate where everything is. Don't turn the AC on because I think that's distributing back through the house. Open the windows. See if you can disperse that. So when we get close to it, we know where it is. One place where we were, let's see, there's the panel over there. And let's see, we were on the opposite, let's see, the panel's on this side. So we were on this side,
Mm-hmm.
right here, weren't we? Where we smelled, where the heater was.
Oh, the heater should be like right under that table or right
This
under
thing?
that fireplace thing there.
Under
Is
here?
where, yeah.
So it was where those racks of things were.
Yeah.
We could really smell it strong right there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's because you have a pipe leaking. If you smell your vents, you really smell it too.
Yeah.
So you may have a pipe that's just leaking. But I'm wondering, we'll start taking these things out. We'll get up in the attic, turn it on, see what happens.
I don't know how you'd get up to that part. Cause see, look, this over here. See how this
Doesn't
roof is?
look like it
Get
connects.
around that way.
I guess
Maybe.
yeah. I bet
Okay.
you do.
Okay.
You're probably right. I've never been up there. I mean, it's nothing but
Well,
like
The
pink
have you ever
stuff.
seen the freaking doors only like I
Like
Yeah.
that way.
I could
So I'd
not
probably get
physically
my butt up
I
there,
could
but,
not
you know.
physically probably fit up there.
Yeah.
I could get up there, but I don't want to.
Bring the skinny dude. So,
Bring the skinny guy.
yeah.
My skinny help.
Exactly.
My guys are starting to get fat.
You have to put him on a diet so you
I need
can
to hire some skinny guys.
hire a skinny guy.
I just have one last question.
Sure.
What would the danger be of having the power on, leaving the one that flips off and turning the rest of the power on? Is there any danger in that?
I would say the danger would be in the not knowing.
Okay.
I'd say more than likely, if you left that one off, because I didn't see any sign of symptom, that one breaker's tripping. You know, it's
Something to do with that probably.
the probabilities with that one breaker. I'd say the other stuff, you know, do it as you will. I mean, if you want
At
to
your
flip
own
it,
risk.
That's
as
right.
they say.
Yeah.
do it at your own risk.
I understand.
you know.
I understand what you're saying.
So,
He's just saying he's not going to stand behind that to be completely safe
Yeah,
because he
yeah,
doesn't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
So like,
I get
and
it.
I understand that. I wouldn't say that either to somebody and then
I'm
their house.
afraid, I am afraid to.
Yeah. So.
So that's what I would, if you wanna turn it on, by all means, don't turn on the 15, number 15.
I won't. For sure.
So I've got them all turned off right now,
Okay.
at your own risk. Do not sleep with them turned on.
Okay.
If you wanna turn the refrigerator on, get it cold, you know, let it run for an hour.
It's not when when
You
there's
walk
not
around
someone up.
sniffing
Okay.
and, you know, trying to figure out what's going on. Cause if that was on, the freezer was on, when that one breaker was on. So, but I turned everything off out that panel, so.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, just holler at me or come.
Do you have
whenever
any?
want.
Do you have any time that we should expect to see you or?
Probably about midday. I'm gonna see if I can shuffle my guys around.
Okay.
Monday's usually a pretty hectic day.
I'm sure.
So, but probably about midday. I don't want to get too midday because it's gonna be hot in that attic. So I'd like to do it first thing in the morning, but let me see what I can shuffle around.
Okay.
I may try to do it first thing. What time y'all get up?
I'm up at like 7, so.
Okay.
anytime.
Yeah, we can
So
be
don't
out.
start- Excuse me, we don't start till 8.
That's fine.
I like this table. Where'd you get that?
Thank you. Was that Walmart? No, it was Wayfair.
Wayfair?
Yeah, it was a booger to put together, but once we got it together. I hate that it shows like.
It ends up just being kind of a junk collector.
But, you know.
I like this.
Yeah, I love that you can lift that up and we use our laptops there and all that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we can, I work at home sometimes, so it's helpful.
What do you do?
I'm a social worker.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, I'll leave y'all be.
Yeah.
We
it's good to
appreciate
see
it.
you.
Thank you for coming by.
Get it today, but
That's
we'll
okay.
get you taken care of. All right?
Thank you so much. Be
Thank you.
careful.
All right. See you now. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you now.
All right. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive, but I think he adequately explained kind of what he was doing.
DJ will do it for free. Well, come on over.
No, the breaker's not. None of the breakers are on right now. I guess he said it's okay. Basically, it sounded like what he said was, you know, if you need to use
I do too, John.
if you need to use something, turn it on. You can turn it on, but
Oh, we got electricity right now?
no.
No, we won't have it the rest of the night.
My phone died.
Go plug it in the car. You have to start the car.
Bring me my charger back too.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to charge my phone in the car.
No, it doesn't charge unless it's started. You're gonna have to sit in the car for a little while and let it charge.
I guess I'll let it charge in the car and then.
Either that or run down to Chloe's house and charge it.
Is it weird, Christopher, to ask occupation? I don't know. You get asked about your occupation a lot.
Oh, I asked you. I'm gonna get food.
Well, we're probably not cooking tonight, so
What can we get? Scones.
Whatever you want.
basically what the guy was explaining was there is some messed up wiring somewhere.
I just swept and there's so much stuff.
And he needs his crew here to be able to find it. He said him going around is not gonna, he couldn't find it. The reason he thinks the attic, I guess, is because
It could be anywhere.
it
It's
could
not
be
the-
anywhere and he can't get up in the attic right now.
He's saying like the breaker is like the symptom, not the,
The breaker, yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I see Mercy's in the window right there. I think that's Mercy.
yeah. She can just sit there because I'm not gonna.
Recent nails. There's a few recent nails.
Yeah, I mean that could be true.
I found nails all over the place.
He actually did pound a bunch in the other night, but
Got an extra bed. I think we'll be fine.
it will be. It's one day, people.
The biggest deal is Game of Thrones.
We can watch that on our phones.
I don't see there's any reason to get a motel. But $1,000 kind of sucks. I'll be honest. Oh,
Where's mom? Where's mom?
oh.
Dad. Where's mom?
What? I don't know. She walked off in that direction.
Mom. Mom.
It shouldn't cost anywhere near $1,000. You guys aren't filling me with a lot of confidence. What do I do though? You know, I'm over a barrel. I gotta get it fixed. Oh, thank you, Melissa H. You didn't have to do that, but we definitely appreciate it.
I can't see, so.
Okay. Well, basically what he said, diagnosis-wise, was that it is a bad wire, a burnt wire, a short wire somewhere in the house. He was just giving us a ballpark of 1,000.
Water works just fine.
Yeah, for one flush.
That's it, that's what we got.
We can turn breakers on if we need them, but we can't sleep with them on.
So I can take a shower, right? Okay.
God, I'm so bored.
This is really boring.
You have to go to,
Little house on the prairie.
you have school tomorrow, right?
Yep. How do people live like this?
How bad was the smoke? Not bad enough to set up our smoke detectors, believe it or not. I think the refrigerator is on a dedicated breaker because it didn't go off. It didn't go off like the rest of them did. Thank you, Jerry's Keeper. I appreciate it. I promise I'm not e-begging here. Oh. You know, we'll get it taken care of. Sam Ashton, is it legal to leave the power off when I have an elderly person in the house? He doesn't require, I mean, he doesn't, he's not on any sort of machine or anything. He doesn't require electricity to stay alive. So what happened? Yeah, okay, we've been streaming for an hour. I know some people are new. Let me tell the story from the beginning. We so Anna wanted to help clean out the garden with a leaf blower. She plugged it in. I don't even know if this has anything to do with it, but she plugged it in. The power cut out. So we I went down. There was a breaker that flipped. I flipped the breaker back. Power went back on. I started walking away, and the breaker flipped again right then. Just I'm like, wow, that's odd. So I flipped the breaker again. And I went upstairs, and the power cut off again. When I went down to the basement, there was a strong smell and a haze. So I told Christy to call the fire department. They came, they went through the house with their heat sensors, and they didn't find any hot spots. They didn't find any burns or anything like that, or any bad wires. So we called an electrician. He is he looked through the house, could not find the source of it. And so what he's telling us is he needs to come here with his full crew tomorrow, and that he will flip the breaker and try to figure out where the bad wiring is. Oh, hang on. Got someone at the door.
power?
I don't think they cut our power off, but they just flipped all the breakers off.
I do have a portable generator.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. No.
My electrical outlet's not that far away. Extension cord over here. It would preserve your food and stuff, you know.
Yeah, what he actually told us we could flip the breakers on as long as there's someone awake. They said there's some bad wiring somewhere in the house that they will come back tomorrow and try to find. So
You need it. I got it.
thank you so much. I appreciate you coming over.
Oh.
Thank you. A neighbor said he had a generator if we needed it. Rachel's husband.
That is so fucking nice.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
That is so nice. People are
Thank you, Manny Algaretta. Oh, she was mad. Oh. You know, it's just this is what being a homeowner is about. You're fortunate to own our home, but when something goes bad, then it's on you. The electrician asked the wife's profession before or after he said 1K. After.
You're like, oh, I'm just a social worker. Yeah.
No, we pay a mortgage. We pay a big old mortgage. Oh my God, our mortgage is so big. Do we know if the blower's reason? No, that's speculation. Some people are saying full crew makes no sense. Electrician is a solo job. I don't know.
I think the way he explained it, it made sense.
It made
I'm just
sense.
gonna let it until we hear tomorrow. I'm not gonna make judgments. I'm not an electrician, so I'm just not gonna claim to be.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's not just like a magic machine that you can just tell you where a bad wire is in your house.
No, it can only just tell you he can test outlets, yeah, but
So yeah, he said he's gonna come back and he's gonna
pull them out of the wall.
take all the outlets off, all the electric covers off.
You know.
He turned all our power. He flipped all our breakers. He said that we can flip them back on as we need them, but he strongly recommends against leaving one while we sleep, because if something were to pop, then we wouldn't be awake to. I wonder if it is the space heater. Maybe the space heater is the cause of it.
Yeah, maybe. It wasn't on, but he said that it could just
If
be
it
from
weakens,
plugging
if
in.
it messes up the wires, you know.
Yeah. Could totally be.
Just Ed Burbis, they want to shorten a 39-story building in less than an hour. Well, head over here. Landon, why were you in Valparaiso? I can't think of a good reason to be in Valparaiso. Just kidding. Well, he said the fix should be almost nothing. He said that pretty much all we're going to be paying for is labor.
Yeah. I might ask about getting that outlet outside while he's here. I mean, it may not cost anymore. We should ask him.
Yeah, we don't have any outlets outside of our house.
We have one on the porch, but I'm talking about in the back, so that we can have lights. We've given the trolls our exact house layout today and talked about everything personal, and they're going to use it against us.
I'm not afraid of trolls anymore.
It's just their.
Just the one breaker went off. So we can turn our power on when Game of Thrones goes on. Although I know Grandpa's bored because he can't watch baseball. Time to invest in solar panels. So just Ed Bourbon, you're an electrician? No, the freezer on the porch didn't go off. That's why I'm thinking it might actually be the heater, because it seems like the problem is in Grandpa's living room.
It does. And the smell going directly down, like, right under that.
I couldn't tell where, well,
Because you know that chimney downstairs is from this old fireplace here,
which chimney?
the one next to the heater. I've investigated this with Daniel.
That area did. I actually smelled
Smells it
in the corner of the house, right there. It was strong. He had a tester. He was plugging it into. All the people saying I got scammed are making me feel bad. Oh, I'm sorry about your dog, Spooktator Bob. It's one of the worst feelings to lose an animal.
I'm sorry. Such a sad day. That happens.
And let me make this clear: there's not a lot of electricians in town.
No, I mean, like the other day when I called about trying to get, because we were thinking about trying to get somebody to wire an outlet for outside.
Yeah.
And so I called like the first two things on Google, and they were like contracting electricians. So people that would come in and, wire your house before it's built. They don't mess with stuff like that.
Landon DeCresta says officiated a wedding in Valparaiso in Ogden Park,
Oh, neat.
Ogden Gardens. I don't pay him $1,000, Melissa. What else can we do? We don't have a lot of options. Ogden Gardens, it used to be in walking distance of my house, and when I was in middle school, the big talk of the town was that some guy in Ogden Gardens back in the early '80s had a homemade pipe bomb blow up and kill him in Ogden Gardens. It's an $80 job. It's my dad calling my wife.
Yeah, he did. Well, nothing. The smell came back a little bit, so we're just kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. 99% sure it's from the breaker that flipped, but he wasn't gonna write off on that and be like, because he doesn't want, if something happened, he wants a chance that something happened. He's not gonna be responsible. So.
Where's Jeff from Creaties? I don't know. Jeff from Creaties tends to show up whenever you say Jeff from Creaties. Really random. We would give a house tour. I don't really like to give house tours. Unfortunately, there's a reason why YouTubers don't usually show their whole house. It's because people get on Zillow and other apps like that show like old real estate listings where they show the insides of your house, and they use that to figure out where you live. So sadly, I would be happy to show you around my house, but if I did that, it would be inviting trouble. DJ Nitro Alley, where do you live? Chris just told everyone, no, we don't try to keep our last name a secret anymore. We decided to quit trying because it's too easy to find out. Anyone that wants to know can know. So what's the point of trying to hide it? I think my dad's being a worrywart. Apparently, trackers had people show up at their house to harass them after the. I would not be surprised. And the trackers, they have a lot more subscribers than I do. And yeah. Okay, I know a lot of people are saying I'm being scammed, but I mean, what are my options here? When I call another company and go all through that all again? Ooh. Trish Killen says the tester will pinpoint the circuit. Do it myself? Check that this guy's licensed and bonded. He said replacing the breaker doesn't do it. Get 3 quotes. I honestly don't know if there's 3 electricians in Waynesville. D2 and I sure telling you how to do it yourself. Yeah, I should have gone into it being an electrician. I know I pronounced Red Skeleton wrong. I'm not skilled enough to do this myself. What is my profession outside of YouTube? YouTube is my profession. Check the spark plugs, Heather. Isn't that in a vehicle? Speaking of vehicle, how's your car doing, Heather? We see a lot of snakes here. Not a lot, really. YouTube's working for me right now. Yeah, I don't have time. If I wanted to work another job, I wouldn't have time to do it. Heather, it's fine. I thought John said the car crapped out.
Your dad.
What was my dad worrying about?
Nothing.
You just want to know what's going on?
Yeah. He just wanted to know what's going on and want to make sure everybody was fine and get the deets. He just loves you.
My dad loves me?
Yeah, he said he loved you.
He's never told me that before.
That's
I'm just
freaking
kidding.
lie.
I'm just kidding. He does.
Hey, everybody. Astral Sapien, is that what happened? Astral Sapien. Hey, Christopher.
This is probably not the best view of me.
Well, don't put me on there. They'll all run away.
Sam
Aw.
Ashington says my wife is pretty.
You're a sweetie. Thank you. Who said hi, beautiful? What? I love people. Terry. That's so
Some
sweet.
people are telling me just to fix it myself.
What? You don't know anything about electricity. Like, neither do I. I'm not trying to be a butthole, but we don't know. What are we going to do?
They said you can look it up on YouTube.
That's totally legit.
What's that one woman who built a whole house based on YouTube videos?
Yeah, so I'm thinking that probably if our house burned down and we tried to tell our insurance company that we fixed it with a video on YouTube, they'd be like, denied.
The people want to know, is that guy licensed and bonded?
Yes, he is.
he's
People, I'm
licensed.
getting kind of ill. Like, I freaking
Okay,
checked it out,
it's
okay?
okay.
I checked it out.
Really what she did was she just started calling random numbers.
Right, and then I was like, are you an electrician? Can you help?
And then like the 12th call, the guy's like, yeah. Let me get my
Hey, Joanna.
electrician gun.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll stick our fingers in the outlet. I've got some bobby pins we can...
This DJ Inter Alley says he's an electrician. He says $1,000, save it, take your family out a nice weekend, bring home $100 and done.
Hey, C. I know, everybody. I know y'all care.
Is there a wrestler called the Electrician? No, I don't. Not that I know of.
Anna's doing fine.
Just mad that the power's out.
Yeah. But I think we can turn it on. Maybe just not like... I think he's right. I think we shouldn't sleep with it on just to be safe. But
Should we go ahead and turn the fridge back on and just leave it on until bed?
maybe. Hey, C. I see you. Yeah, life's not perfect. It's...
No, this is part of owning a house.
Oh, Lynn.
I hope they can get here early
I do too. It's like-
because I was supposed to be doing something tomorrow.
we're okay, guys.
Oh, it could be way worse, Kelly. We're just a bunch of first world whiners.
Yeah, we are. Hey, Papa.
The guy actually said the house had been rewired at some point.
What's the latest on this deal?
So he said that if we wanted to, we can turn the power on for a few hours, but
As
when we
long
go
as
to
there's
bed,
someone
it has to
awake.
be turned off. And then he's coming back with a crew tomorrow.
But
to
not
check
that,
it
not
out.
that power though. We can't turn his power on.
We can't turn yours on because that's on the breaker that's bad.
Yeah.
So only the rest of the
Mine
house.
won't be on at all.
No,
Okay.
because it's the one that went bad. So we don't know.
So I need to get, does this light right here work?
Nothing's on right. You should put it on the table. Because this light works.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, the weather's too bad. Not too bad. Or we're not gonna be sweltering in our bed, I don't think.
No, we'll just open the windows. It's been pretty cool. I hate not sleeping with a fan though.
You guys gonna eat anything before you go to bed?
Yeah, we're gonna go get something to eat. We need to end this live stream.
Okay. How did Mercy get back outside and now begging again?
I don't want nothing, but I want to go to bed or something before I go to bed.
Well, obviously everybody's gonna eat. Yeah, I'll get you something.
Oh, Mercy.
Get in here and turn around.
It's actually kind of cool outside, to be honest. All right, guys. Well, I
Yeah,
think
get that water bucket.
we're gonna end the live stream so that we can deal with some life here.
I'll be going to bed in about an hour.
Grandpa's dropping subtle hints that he wants Christy to feed him right this minute.
Oh, we need to go.
All right, love you guys. This one's in the bag.
Love you.